All right. Chat room. Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Liddy here, back as always. Y'all see the title, y'all see the shoes, y'all see the money. P5X 2.0 is out. Why am I gonna sit here and waste 20 minutes of your life? We're gonna speedrun this bitch. There will be more streams coming this week. Look out to that. We pulled Makoto and her 5-star weapon. And Phoebe is dropping in, as I'm uploading this video, 3 hours. So, prepare for that, chat. That with me said, let's get into the update. So, off rip, it's Persona 5X 2.0. Shit ton of rewards. So make sure that you go and claim them all. I will have them in the Discord linked in our code chat. So, what's that called? The grand total of prizes that will be obtainable within 2.0 are a grand whopping, what is it, like 68, okay, my bad, 6,300 gems, 3 limited pole multis, 2 limited weapon multis, and what, give or take, I think 16, 20-ish standard banner pulls. Yeah, okay, about 16-ish standard banner pulls, etc. So that's absolutely fucking great. Polls, right? We need these free-to-play polls really badly because it's gonna be crazy, but we're gonna get into that in a little bit in the video. So right now, let's go ahead and talk about the buffs. Now, obviously, I'm not going to translate it here, but I do have a TLDR that should be on screen right about now. So, one more is getting buffed. The mechanic as a overall is getting buffed. It's kind of weak. They decided to buff it and alongside gun moves. So gun's getting buffed, which is actually pretty good because if you guys don't know, Haru actually uses her gun quite often. And Haru's gun is quite a big part of her kit in this game from what we've seen in her beta kit. So gun getting buffed means indirectly that Haru is getting a buff, even though it's not affecting her currently because she's not in the game. Now, character buffs. Joker is getting a buff. Morgana is getting a buff. An is getting buffs. What is it called? Ryuji is getting buffs. And I'm pretty sure that's all. Morgana, An, Ryuji, Joker. Let me quickly pull this up to make sure that I'm not lying. Yeah, okay. So, yeah. I'm missing 2. That's who I was forgetting. Rio and Moko buffs. So that's absolutely insane. We are getting our first set of buffs in Persona 5X, which I'm actually more than pleasantly happy because it's nice to see that they're not just dropping a character and then letting him fall into the dumpster. And it also makes sense with how Persona 5 is as an overall whole. You can't have the OG Phantom Thieves get power crept by your new characters, but you also can't have your old characters get too power crept by your new characters. So I'm happy to see that they're taking that into consideration. Now, with that being said, Wonder damage buffs. Wonder himself is getting buffed, and I think this is crazy because this is the first time I've ever seen in a gacha game our MC get buffs. So, getting buffs in gacha is already pretty rare, but our MC getting buffs is absolutely amazing to see. Now, one thing I do want to go ahead and point out about the Wonder buff here is that to actually acquire his, in quote, new buffs, you are going to have to be account level 80. His, in quote, buffs are supposedly locked behind his inspiration system. So, please keep that in mind. If you are not account level 80, you will not be able to use these buffs. But assuming you've been playing since day 1, or you've been hard grinding since, give or take, UE version, you should be right around account level 80. So most people have access to that, but for any new players getting in or any returning players, unfortunately, you will not have access to those buffs. Now, something to go along about is it's 2.0. It's our first huge update. So we are getting our 3rd palace finally. And with the 3rd palace coming, that means that we are, of course, getting our girl, Wind. So I'm very happy to see that. It needs to happen. So we have 2 little images here. We have what seems to be some philanthropist. You know, I don't know, to be honest. His haircut is mad fucking retarded. They give man a bowl cut and then dual faded it. Like, what? Why are we dual coloring this? Horrible character design. Anyways. As you can see, there seems to be a confrontation between this guy and our homeroom teacher, which leads into the next thing. If you guys aren't aware, the 3rd palace is supposedly supposed to be our homeroom teacher's palace. I have zero idea the story behind that. Obviously, we're going to be live streaming this and figuring it out ourselves when the update drops next week on China. But man, it's looking interesting. I absolutely love her palace design. It's looking like an industrial water plant, which I think is actually really cool. Back in my leak video, I made a joke about it being like a water dam or something, and I'm actually pleasantly happy that I was pretty much correct. It looks beautiful. There will be new puzzles in the palace, obviously, as with every palace we've gotten so far. There has been some kind of puzzles, and this palace is seeming like we get these like electric beam puzzles. Probably going to be a bit more than that, but that is looking pretty cool if I do say so myself. Now, because it is once again a major update version, we are getting new Momentos areas. Now, as y'all know, Momentos does not change in this game, so Momentos updates are actually very huge because it's additional content that you can do after you've tackled all the quests and shit, or after you've tackled all your stamina today. You can go grind out Momentos. So that's a shit ton of content right there just to sit there and enjoy. So I'm more than happy to see Momentos get a substantial update. Now, obviously, with Momentos getting a new update, that means there will be new mini bosses and new areas to explore and fight through. So make sure that you are more than well built for those areas, because I'm not gonna lie, Momentos can get really tough in this game. Now, with that being said, as alongside that, we have Kichijoji finally being a playable area. And I was actually hype. If y'all did not see the stream, we streamed this live on YouTube and Twitch at twitch.tv/xiloda. But no, so Kichijoji is finally in the game. There will be a shit ton more shops and probably little confident hangout areas. But here's the biggest thing. There is a bookstore in Kichijoji. Now, if you guys don't know, books in Persona 5X are absolutely huge because not only are they a great source of social stat points, you unlock new areas to hang out with your confidants at. And if you aren't going to new areas with your confidants, then you're basically losing out on more confident points. It's harder to level up your confidants if you aren't bringing them to newer areas. But those newer areas for confidant hangouts are locked behind reading magazines and books in stores. So make sure that if you haven't already, go read all of the books in the game. And when Kichijoji drops, go buy every single book in here and read once again. Now, with that being said, outfits, clothing, right? As of currently, it is only accessible for Wonder, but Wonder walks around in whatever clothes we pick, and so there will be some clothing shops in Kichijoji that we can acquire clothing and put on to walk around in the overworld with. There are no terms about being able to walk around in the metaverse with it yet, so that is that. Now, once again, we are getting more kind of main story quest leaks here. Something along the lines of maybe, you know, the red signaling like the metaverse or whatever. Don't really know. Can't really read Chinese. Gachapon. Now, if you guys are aware, Gachapon does exist in this game. It's like a little funny gambling arcade machine thing that you can do. Previously, these had no fucking use whatsoever in the game, but now you actually get items if you collect certain collections of Gachapon, so make sure that you are using some of your in-game currency on Gachapon so that you can, of course, build up the collections and get those nice rewards. Now, seems that we have some NPC side quest here. I have zero idea who she is. I've never seen her before, so nothing to say there. Once again, another NPC side quest. Every time I see Homeboy, he is on the ground, face down, ass up. Please stop tripping on your shoelace. Now, with that being said, we are getting something so huge, and I'm actually so hype. We are getting expeditions slash dispatch systems in P5X. So finally now, there is an AFK system to an extent in P5X. And the fact that it took them 3 months to add this is kind of wild, because most gachas have it nowadays. But regardless, it's here. We have a dispatch system. Obviously, if you guys do not know what a dispatch system is, it is where you put, like, say, a set of characters and into, like, an AFK idle thing, and after select number of hours, they will bring you back set rewards. So, for example, here, you have Phoebe and Makoto in a party together. It seems like they're dispatching, and there's certain criteria you can meet to get more gems, or supposedly, and as you can see here, you get 10 gems for this dispatch. Don't know how long dispatches take, but hey, that's cool. It's very much needed as well. because now it gives a source of AFK currency. Excuse me. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the characters for 2.0. First off, Wind is finally coming out. She is going to be a navigator. Now, as someone in my chat mentioned previously, Wind is basically Makoto in terms of the student council president, Haru in terms of the type of money she has, and Futaba in the fact that she is a support. So, kind of like a collage of those three characters and what they mean into one character. And so, I'm glad to see that we are already getting our navigator for the Phantom Thieves. And from the looks of it, she's going to be a free 4-star navigator. But here's the good part. She is supposedly a crit buffer. A free 4-star crit buffer. That's absolutely insane. And I'm not going to lie, Phoebe's going to have a hard time competing with that. Because as far as I'm aware, Phoebe cannot compete with this kit. And here's the thing that people are worrying about. Because Rico is a free 4-star navigator, but she's a crit buffer. So since she's a crit buffer, that means Futaba has to do something so astounding for her to not, in theory, get power crept here. The only way I can see Futaba having a minimal kit and still beating Wind is if they make her crit buffs not that substantial. But considering how P5X has been doing things, these crit buffs are actually going to be ginormous, and Futaba is going to have a hard time competing with this. However, we'll see what happens when the time comes. All for now is speculation. But with that being said, I love Rico's design, and I'm glad this is the path they took with her. Now, so something really cool is if you pay attention to her outfit here, her outfit is actually based on the band Baby Metal. If you guys don't know who Baby Metal is, go search them up. They have really good music. However, I do like to see that some characters are actually taking inspiration from bands and people and fictional figures elsewhere, which is really cool to see. Now, it's time for our second character, which is going to be our girl, Cord. Now, in the leaks video, we sat there and talked about Cord. We already predicted who she was months ago, but here she is without a doubt. Now, Cord, if you guys do not know, is Ayama Ayama something. And basically, she is the girl in front of Shibuya Station that is playing the guitar. So if you've ever gone behind Shibuya Station, you will see her playing the guitar, and that is who she is, Cord. So she's going to be a lightning buffer. Now, we do not actually have anything known about her kit so far, unfortunately, outside of her design. So all we know for now is that she's going to be a lightning buffer, and she could potentially fit in with the Yui team, or she might end up being just a standalone buffer that's overall pretty good. Can't wait to see. We'll find out. Another thing to bridge off of is with 2.0 happening, Cord and Joker rerun will be happening. So we are getting our first ever rerun 3 months into the game. Joker is already coming back for his second run right alongside Cord. So for people that did not get Joker at the start of the game and want to acquire Joker, now is your chance. Alongside that, he's getting buffed. So it makes sense for him to be reran, but him getting buffed, if his buffs are absolutely OP, this could be a guaranteed pull. It is going to make it a bit rough, though, because Joker is probably going to overshadow Cord for a lot of new players. And for old players, if his buffs are substantial enough, then we're just going to want to dupe him out. Simple as that. Now, obviously, like I said, she's the girl that plays the guitar, and it seems like we will be having a social link with her, so I'm absolutely happy as fuck to go ahead and see that. Now, we don't know if this is 100% certain, but I'm going to take for granted that the 4 stars that are rated up are going to be Mont, Leo, and Yuki, which makes sense if Leo is supposedly getting buffs as well. So that is all that was given in the update rundown. However, that is not all. Let's talk about the thing that I know you guys really want to see, and that is the swimsuit units. So over here we have the KR stream, and I'm just going to really quickly let him go through the swimsuit outfit. So we have Wander's outfit, pretty simplistic. You know, you got the swim trunks, you know, you got the transparent-ish coat. I'm going to assume it might not be transparent in game, but you have the nice coat, some shades, And this is what everyone loves. Look at my boy Luffy. Bro has a fucking floaty on in a cap, man. It's so cool. He's so cute. But, so, that's how he looks. Now, our girl, Closer. I'm going to tell you this, guys, right now, before you start horny pulling. Because I know you're looking at her and you're like, Zay. Swimsuit units are going to be their own 5-star unit. So, with the info we have currently, Closer is supposedly supposed to be a 5-star blessed DPS. And so what I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys right now is do pull and slash save for Closer. She is our first blessed DPS in the game. And so them adding a blessed DPS already means that there's going to be a lot more blessed weakness in the game. So it's going to make her a must pull regardless. So Closer looks absolutely amazing. We got our boy Shun, aka Soy, over here. Simplistic ass outfit. It looks clean though. I fuck with the design on the trunks. You know, bro got the shades on like usual. Now we have our girl Rico, aka Wind, and I'm fucking with this outfit heavy. Unfortunately though, from what it seems like, there will not be a 5-star seasonal for Rico right out the gate due to obvious circumstances. It makes sense. She's literally getting released in 2.0, and for her to have a 5-star drop that same version would also be absolutely crazy. So unfortunately, it is just going to be an event outfit. Another thing that's going to get people mad, but obvious, Merope has a swimsuit. She looks hot as fuck. There's not much more that needs to be said there. Absolutely astounding. I love her design. I love the swimsuit. Looks beautiful. Now, that is actually all we are going to have to say, but let's give a quick TLDR rundown. So, first off, Kichijoji is now playable. We will have Cord Banner, which is a lightning support. Wind, aka Rico, is a navigator that will be releasing in 2.0 off rip. We will be able to obtain her through the story. Joker is getting a rerun. Our third palace is starting. It's Katayama Kumi's palace, which is our homeroom teacher. Momentos is getting an expansion. Joker, Ryuji, Morgana, An, Leo, and Moko, or Tomoko, are getting buffs. Wonder is getting a damage buff. One more is getting damage buffed. Shun and Yui are getting story side quests, similar to like Merope's little side quests. They are adding a backtracking romance option, which is basically going to allow you to romance someone and then backtrack on it, so you can acquire the rewards from romancing someone and then backtrack and go grab someone else's romance rewards. Wonder's costumes will supposedly be in battle. We are getting an adventure and expedition system. Now, please keep in mind, guys, listen to this part. This is incredibly important. 2.1 is going to be an event version. Event versions in P5X means that they will be 6-week versions instead of the typical 2-week version. So 2.1 is going to be an event update version, which means there will be 2.1.1, 2.1.2, and 2.1.3. 2.1.1 should be the Closer swimsuit run, and then 2.1.2 should be the Tomoko summer outfit run. Now, Mont and Puppet social links are in production. We should be getting them for either 2.1.3 or 2.2. We are getting more heart rail, obviously the new summer events, new challenge events, a music player, and that is going to be all. So absolutely a shit ton of content has been talked about and released in this literal 50-minute stream. If you guys want to go watch more in-depth content, go to Bilibili. You can go watch the whole stream back, or you can pull up the KRP5X stream. It does miss out on some things, but it covers the majority of it to get you guys back up to date. But with that being said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and peace out, get this video up for y'all. We should be streaming probably tomorrow on Phoebe Banner, and we're just going to be grinding the game. So if y'all want to see that, come pull up to the YouTube and or Twitch. But with that being said, guys, I'm rambling. I'm going to get you guys out of here. Thank y'all so much for pulling up on by, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace, everyone.